Hey, what's going on, friends? Hope you're having an amazing day. This is Paul Hutchings coming to you with another episode of The Good Parts, a daily social media show where I go live Monday through Friday, right around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to share one good part from my life and or business in an effort to help you and me create more success, freedom, prosperity, joy, happiness, abundance, goodness, all the good that life has to offer. That's kind of the direction my mind is pointed for this show. And in today's episode, I have a special treat for you. If you like to laugh and if you like to find more to create success in whatever it is that you're doing. As I mentioned in the title, this story is called The Case of the Mysterious Vanishing Sandal. And this is a funny little happening that bubbled up in my family over the last week or so that I really couldn't believe that this thing happened. But it was funny and it has a good lesson. So I want to pass it along. If you're tuning in live, if you would do me a favor and say hello. Oh, Rita Joy says, I'm loving that never give up shirt. Okay, so Rita Joy, thank you for the reminder. I was going to show you guys this shirt. So it says never give up on the front. And what does it say on the back? I don't know if you guys can see that. It says keep moving forward. So these are shirts that Rita Joy and Minister Christian created. And I think they're cool. What good messages. Never give up and keep moving forward. So thanks, Minister Christian and Rita Joy. You guys can reach out to them if you like these and want to pick one up for yourself. So Greg says, Greg from Columbus, Ohio in the house. Janine says, good morning. I love to laugh. Oh, good. Me too, Janine. I will do my best today. Nick says live from West Virginia. Happy Monday. Yes, everything's great here, Nick. Glad to hear you're doing well. Bill Fever says, I'm excited to hear your story and how it relates to life. Woohoo! Awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Ashley Casper. Hey. Thank you. She loves the shirt too, Rita Joy. So appreciate that. William, good morning from Singapore. Good morning from Blackfoot, Idaho, William. Janine says, love the shirt. Thank you. And Bill says, good morning from Wisconsin. Good morning, Bill. Okay. All right. So let me get into this. So as I wrote in the description, I had to take my wife to get her Suburban dropped off at the tire store because she needed to get her tires rotated. And at the same time, I needed to take my youngest son, Cashton. He had scheduled an appointment to go hang out at Grandpa and Gradma's for the day, unbeknownst to us. He had just called them the night before and kind of set this all up. So morning comes, he's like, hey, you guys need to take me out to Grandpa and Gradma's. We're like, what? Why? Where? What's going on? But we decided, okay, we'll take you out there. And so I had to do all of this. I have a morning call that goes from 7 to 8. And then I've got a coaching mastermind at 9. So between 8 and 9, I had to get my wife to the tire store, my son out to Grandpa and Gradma's, and then back in time for my coaching mastermind. So I'm like, okay, I think we can do this. I mean, I've got a fast car. We can make this happen. But I'm like, we got to hurry, guys. We got to get out there. I'm ready. I say, let's go, honey. Let's go, Cashton. And my wife, Corrine, says, I can't find my sandal. It was out here in the living room. I left it here last night. Honey, did you do something with my sandal? I'm like, I swear to you, I did not take your sandal. I don't know where it is. She's like, that's weird. It was here last night. Where is it? I said, I don't know, but we're in a hurry, so I'll meet you in the car. So I go out and get in the car, which I probably should have helped her look for the sandal. But, I'm a typical guy, I guess, still working on being more aware in the relationship. But I went out in the car. She continued to look. Well, I'm looking at the clock and the clock's ticking. Time's going by. So I'm like, oh, what's going on? So I pick up the phone, call into the house. Cashton, my son, answers, and he says, Mom says, why are you being so mean, Dad? I said, what do you mean? I said, I'm just calling to say we got to go. And Cashton's like, yeah, Mom says that doesn't help. You should have stayed in here and helped us look for the sandal. Okay, fair point. But anyway, I hang up the phone. They finally make it out. We end up getting the trip done in time and get back for my coaching mastermind. Everything's great. Well, a day or two goes by and I'd finished the work day and I was in the bedroom with my wife. It was evening time. And she said, Paul, you're never going to believe what happened to this sandal. And she starts laughing as she's telling me this. I said, what? And she's like, can you guess what happened? I'm like, I can't guess what happened. Tell me. And she said, well, so Kyson is my third oldest son and he's 13. And apparently he had gone shopping and picked up these matches that he had brought home. And we have a rule in our house that kids can't have lighters or matches. Why? Because we don't want our house to be burned to the ground, right? So we have this rule. So what happened was my wife took my son's matches and put them in the safe. Kyson was not happy with this. He's like, those are my matches. You can't take those matches. So what did Kyson do? He took my wife's Sandal and put it in his safe and didn't even tell us that that's what was going on. He just took her Sandal and put it in the safe. And she finds out, and we just have this hilarious laugh, that he had done this. There's a point to the story, though, right? Aside from a few laughs. I mean, I really couldn't believe that he had done that. My wife takes his matches, he takes her Sandal. The point to the story, though, is I was thinking about this story. There's a great lesson that is written about well in the book, The Laws of Success by Napoleon Hill. And the law is called the law of retribution. And basically what the law says is that if you take someone's matches, they're going to take your Sandal. Basically, like what you put out comes back. If you put out negativity, if you put something out that's not good, people have this tendency to want to like retaliate. Actually, I think that's what it's called, the law of retaliation or the law of retribution. Why should we not hurt people? One simple reason is because we don't want to create a desire in other people to want to get revenge on us, right? Now, the cool thing about this law, and as I've thought about my life and the experiences that I've had and the interactions that I've had with people, and especially as I watch my kids, because I've got 4 boys, and those of you who have kids, this law of retaliation is like in full effect, even from childhood, because so many times brother A will do something to brother B, and then brother B will retaliate and do something back to brother A. It's like literally naturally written in the Constitution, I think, of kids for sure. But there's a negative application of this law, and there's a positive application of this law. What's the positive application of this law? The positive application is that, generally speaking, if you do nice things for people, like give them an honest and sincere compliment, express sincere gratitude, maybe stop to give someone a helping hand. I mean, there's so many ways we can be of value to other people. If we send goodness out to people, typically what happens is they want to retaliate in kind, as Napoleon Hill writes in The Laws of Success, and do good things back to us. This is one of the reasons, for those of you who are in marketing, building a business from home, that you might want to strongly consider doing consistent content, whether that's a daily live video like I'm doing, whether that's a conference call, whether it's an email newsletter. And what's the point or the purpose of that content? It's to do good unto the people who are following you. It's to teach them. It's to educate them. It's to inspire them. It's to try with whatever resources you have inside of you to be valuable to somebody. And I think this is one of the things that a lot of people who are not making sales or creating as many sales as they want, I think this is one of the things that a lot of those people are missing. If every piece of content you put out on the internet looks like an advertisement, if every email you send out is pitching your company and why it's the best thing ever, and why your products are so much better than every other product, why your comp plan is so much better than every other thing, if that's all you're doing, you're literally an advertisement. And people don't like advertisements generally, right? Generally. When we watch TV, we don't like the commercials. We like to fast forward through them. And so one way to apply this law of retaliation in your marketing is to make the switch, if you haven't already done this, from constantly pitching and promoting and advertising whatever business or product it is that you have. Shut that off a little bit and then ask yourself, the people who can be benefited by my business and by my products, how can I be of value to them, even if they never buy anything from me? And the answer to that question, I think, is the type of content that you want to create. And it gets this law of retaliation working in your favor, where people feel like, wow, this person is really showing up because they want to help me. And I like what they're teaching me. And I like the stories they're sharing. And I like the value they're giving me. Then what happens inside of them, they naturally want to continue to follow you. And also, when the time comes to give an invitation to pick up a lead magnet, opt into your email list, get started in your business, when that time comes, they will be far more likely to do it because they have received so much from you. So I think that's how this law applies to business. And that's my message for today. So I hope it was valuable to you. I see a lot of great comments. What do you guys think? Did you, was today funny? Was it funny for you? Was it funny for you like it was for me? Let me know down below. And also, if you're just finding me for the first time, I do these episodes every day, Monday through Friday. And if you want to get more content like this from me, I would love to encourage you to subscribe to me on whatever social media platform you're seeing this content on. And or the best way to stay in touch with me and to make sure that you won't miss out on any future content is to visit my website here, paulhutchings.net/GIFTS. Pick up a cool free gift. I've got a number of them there that I think hopefully might be able to add value to your life. And you'll be subscribing to my email list. So with that, I am going to come back to the comments and see what the people are saying. Jeff, hello from Branson. Thanks for tuning in. Minister Christian says, watching live from New Orleans. I love your shirt. I had a feeling you'd like it, Minister Christian. I thought of you and Rita Joy when I put this on today. I said, I need to wear this shirt for my live today. Kevin Coe says being more aware. Yes. Yeah, more awareness for sure. Ashley says, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. She's a fellow parent, so maybe funnier for her than those who don't have kids. Janine says, that's so funny, or that's too funny. Glad you got to laugh, Janine. Nick says, oh, Kyson, you don't mess with mama. I know. And that's exactly what I told him when I found out. I was like, you get that sandal out of your safe and you give it back to your mother and you don't ever do that again. But we laughed. I didn't let him know we thought it was funny, but we did. Kevin says, even Steven. Yep, he got back at mom, didn't he? Veronique says, hello from Belgium. Hello, Veronique. Thanks for tuning in. Danny says, my mom taught me to say this when something is lost. Tony, something is lost that must be found. Repeat this over and over and picture the lost object in your mind. Okay, well, we can give that a shot. Does it work, Danny? Does it work for you? Janine says, if you can't anything else in the world, you can. If you can't be anything else in the world, you can be nice. You certainly can do that. And man, does that go such a long way. Veronique says, today was such a day. All 4 of the kids were angry, crying, almost fighting. We must separate them, but we feel positivity. I feel you, Veronique. I feel you. You know, one of the things that I've strived and still strive to do for so long is to just have a positive mental attitude, be in a high state of vibration. As Mama Elizabeth says, love, joy, abundance, gratitude, all is right with the world. Or as Minister Christian says, all in divine order. And you can get yourself into these states where you just feel great about everything. And then you walk into the house sometimes, and if the kids are fighting, it's just like instant buzzkill, So I totally get you, Veronique, and, praying for you. We parents, we need to band together. We can survive. Janine says it was hilarious. Oh, good. So glad you thought that was funny. Ashley says, love the lessons in this story. Me too. They're so profound and so deep, Ashley. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Kevin says, agreed. I pass on the people only that plug their business. Yeah, I think we probably all do that. Arnita says, good morning. The law of retaliation, retribution. Great reminder. Yep, my pleasure, Arnita. Thanks for tuning in. Nick says, it was great. Always love hearing your life sharing. Don't make her mad. Next time I see you, I will show you tips and tricks on wives. All right. Looking forward to it, Nick. Greg says, it was funny, Paul. I do believe that bringing value is very good and wholesome. I agree. And thank you for the kind words. Caroline says, hi, everybody. Greetings from The Hague. Hello, Caroline. Thanks for tuning in. Nelson says, funny story with a good lesson learned. Thanks, Paul. You're welcome. Thanks, Nelson. Danny says, it has worked for me. Okay, I'm going to give it a shot. Thanks, Danny. Veronique says, thank you, Paul, for your supportive words. Parents on top. Yes, and thanks to you for yours as well. And Ashley says, we band together for sure. Yep. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you get out there, take action, go for your dreams, and hope to see you on a future episode of The Good Parts. I'll be back live tomorrow with episode number 96, I think. So bye for now.